Oh, boys. Boys and girls and friends and all that shit. It is time for the season finale of Season 2 of Dean of Doom. Lost Civilization. Well, it's not lost because we found it just now. I know absolutely nothing about this. And by the time I eventually get around to playing this, I'm probably gonna have forgotten all of it. So, preamble. For those of you who haven't seen this before, any of these reactions before, Mount Pain 27 has given me consent to make these videos. If you have not watched the original video, please close this now, go watch the video, give him your first view, and then come back here and we'll watch this together. And we'll jam like homies. Alright, I've been excited for this for a long time. I don't feel that well, so if you hear me sniffling and sneezing, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Lost Civilization. Why is the quality like this? Auto my ass. Are you gonna stop? Oh, waiting for me to play. Alright, sure, whatever. I don't care.
Hello there. I'm Mount Pain 27, and this is Dean of Doom, the show where we give grades to classic and contemporary Doom wads. Why? Because ranking...
So I've been watching a lot of older episodes, actually, lately. Like, the older Season 1 episodes for WADs I've been playing through. You sound more tired in this one. I'm just noticing.
Things is fun. The last episode of Dean of Doom Season 2 will be dedicated to Lost Civilization, a 21-level megawad made by Jaco and Pola, aka Jaska, in 2019. We've covered some diamonds in the rough this season. No Rest of the Living, Nova 2, Tangerine Nightmare, Augur Zenith, and of course the bite-sized buffet of sawed-off wads, but I saved Lost Civilization for last because it's the one I'm most excited to showcase. If you're not a daily DoomWorld.com visitor or comprehensively caca-word literate, you are unlikely to have heard of Lost Civilization. Unmodded playthroughs of it are very scarce on the tube, and it's rarely mingled with the heaviest hitters in conversations about personal favorite wads. They didn't know it until now, but Doom...
Well, right away... Sorry, I'm gonna back this up. Love the sky texture here. Love it to death.
Heaviest hitters in conversations about personal favorite wads. They didn't know it until now, but Doomworld users RD and TJG1289 are the reason this episode exists. Without their high regard for and glowing words about this wad, I would have shelved it for later and likely forgotten about it.
Bro.
I'm really glad I didn't. Lost Civilization is unlike anything
I can hear the emotion in his voice actually saying this.
In a single playthrough, it became one of my desert island wads, and today, I hope to show you why. First, here's how the show works. Every map gets one grade for quality and one for difficulty. On the quality side, the grades go from A to F.
Like,
grade A levels are
after watching all of these, go watch TNT Evolution.
Difficulty grades.
He sounds completely different. He sounds entirely like a different human being.
And I probably won't have the same ideas about what makes.
But there's a charm in that first episode.
It's okay. Disagreeing
that
is part of the fun.
Isn't present in these because he refined his touch a lot more.
The joy of Doom. So let's do so. Before we start, the rules are we play on ultra-violence and must pistol start each level. I need to play the wad twice before reviewing it. Saves are allowed, and we go for 100% kills in all levels.
I'm not gonna cry.
Exceptions when it's just not worth it. I usually play on Z-Doom, but today we're going to use DSDA Doom due to this megawad's high maintenance visuals with compatibility set to Boom Strict. Now...
You know, I thought the status bar looked a little smaller than normal.
To the wad. Map 1, Mountain Pass. You arrive early, just as the mist begins to clear. Mountain Pass greets you with an outpouring of greenery and some impressive geology. The stage set for a sleepy opener, but your appreciative reverie will be shattered on...
Oh, real quick, I just remembered. This premiered at like fucking 10 in the morning for me. So I was obviously sleeping. But I was thinking pretty hard on if, because it premiered, there was going to be a chat with it, which I believe is still here as an option. Let me see. Oh yeah, chat replay right here, yeah. I was, going back and forth with myself on if I wanted to include the chat or not as a means of reacting to that, because it is part of the video. Technically, it is part of the video. And I was considering that. But, I decided not to. I think it would take away from, number one, it would take away from the video. Number two, it would distract me greatly. Because I know how fast that chat can probably move if everyone's excited to watch this all at the same time. And three, I know there's probably a handful of people that would be in the chat that maybe aren't comfortable with having a reaction to their message. So it's easier if I just don't include the chat. Anyway.
Impressive geology, the stage set for a sleepy opener, but your appreciative reverie will be shattered almost immediately by the overly loud sound replacements for the pistol and shotgun.
Oh, Jesus!
I recommend lowering the volume of just those two sounds if you know how. That aside, Mountain Pass is a good introduction to Jaska's gameplay standard. He insists on non-linearity, even including duplicate red and yellow keys to let you pick your path, and makes obvious effort to hide fun and worthwhile secrets. The Arachnotron is his spirit animal.
I just noticed this. I want to know. I'm curious because you got the keys here. You can see my mouse. Yeah, okay. You got the keys right here, but they only take up half of the thing. So I wonder if this WAD is going to have you use all 6 keys, and you're going to need a skull key for some doors and a key card for others.
And makes obvious effort to hide fun and worthwhile secrets. The Arachnotron is his spirit animal. He's passionate about slow-paced... fun and worthwhile secrets.
Okay, the floating pyramids, upside-down pyramids, whatever, platforms. These are platforms, idiot. These floating platforms... Love them.
The Arachnotron is his spirit animal. He's passionate about slow-paced, open-field combat, and he has a schoolboy's crush on barrels. So many barrels. This civilization also loves chain gunners. You'll be dealing with a lot of them at long range, but don't fret. Jaska always gives you plenty of
campfire,
ammo, especially if you're willing to jump, climb, and punch your way to as many new areas as possible. The joy of this megawad lies in exploring it. Even after all the monsters are dead, I like to amble around looking for missed secrets and take in the atmosphere. Speaking of which, the first half of Civ's soundtrack is dominated by Bjorn Lynn, a non-Doom affiliated composer whose music tiptoes between serene and sinister like a line doesn't exist between them. To me, it's the perfect accompaniment to wandering around a foreign place. To finish the map, find one of each key, fight off the teleporting foes, and when you've had your fill of secrets, blow up the beachside imps and pinkies, and hop on a rowboat. Grade A-, difficulty B+. Map 2, Oceanside. This quiescent coastal excursion starts off in an adorable seaside cabin loaded with supplies. Nobody does Doom Cute quite like Jaska. This megawad comes with a litany of adorable sprites and textures that have a way of cranking up the cozy factor. If you peek in the back, you can get a secret.
Yeah, Doom Cute, after playing a couple of, I've played like Not Even Remotely Fair, after playing a couple levels of Icarus Alien Vanguard, I absolutely love Doom Cute. It greatly adds to the value for me.
Red key, which unlocks an optional path ahead. Oceanside really cuts loose for a map too, especially with hit scanners. Try to use the 126 explosive barrels to your
Jesus Christ! 126? How fucking many does Barrels of Fun have? Probably not, doesn't feel like 126.
Your last, and keep a lookout for tucked away nooks and crannies. Trust in Jaska to find a pathway for you, and chances are he'll deliver. Alternate routes can net you better equipment, bonus health and ammo, or advantageous positions to lay on your assault. The yellow key opens the way to a soul sphere in the SSG, and the red key reveals a rocket launcher, some ammo, and backdoor access to the toughest fight in the map. Ooh. I wasn't kidding. Jaska loves Arachnotrons and milks them for cheesy, long-range damage every day of the week. Ironically, the way to the mandatory blue key bypasses large chunks of the level, and I usually bump...
I mean, they're basically long-range chain gunners, yeah? I mean, if you put one far away during a fight, and you don't hear it wake up, and you don't know it's there, you're gonna get hit for a lot of damage. It can be used very expertly.
The way to the mandatory blue key bypasses large chunks of the level, and I usually bump into it by accident while finishing side quests. The blue key triggers the most relaxed ambush in Doom history, gently accumulating demons back at the beginning to be dispatched at your leisure. Grab this hidden plasma for maximum fun. Oceanside hooked me into a full playthrough of Lost Civilization, and it's nowhere near my favorite map in this set. Grade A, difficulty C.
Like, this feels like it's two different games. Just this map... Voice crack. I'm growing up. I almost said this voice crack. Give me 1 second. This map, by itself, feels like two different games, is what I'm trying to say. It honestly looked like Minecraft combined with Doom. Oh, man. The visuals so far, 10 out of 10. Uh-oh. Alright. Music first, and, script second, looks like.
Map 3, the Farmlands. We play Doom to take breaks from reality. That's what video games are for, of course.
Yeah.
It's universally understood to viewers of this show that hopping on our Macs or PCs, firing up our source ports of choice, and killing demons for a couple of hours is a perfectly normal way to unwind. I think it's beautiful that we share this odd pastime, and every time I play, it comforts me to know that, in a way, I'm not alone. The Farmlands found me in the midst of a murderous depression last year. It was early in Season 2, I was struggling to cobble together material for Hard Sequels Month, and life was becoming steadily more unmanageable. So I opened Lost Civilization again, ready to give it another try after not quite loving the opener. Oceanside pulled me in, and from the first notes of Bjorn Lind's MIDI, the Farmlands whisked me away. I never thought I'd find a Doom map I would want to live in, but the Farmlands just beckons to me. The blissful twilight sky, lazy flocks of foes, pinky pens, flowers, fields, and handsome hills topped with conifers paint me a picture of peace. Now, you do have to kill stuff, it is still Doom, but Jaska keeps the action to a whisper, allowing adventure, secret hunting, and appreciation for the natural scenery take the lead. Today, I can retreat to the Farmlands and the world gets crazy. It evokes a childlike wonder in me, which is rare in media I discovered only in adulthood. Like Heartland, it flooded me with nostalgia on first contact, as if I were coming home to it, rather than discovering it. I'm sorry for gushing like this without warning, but the Farmlands might be the most personal connection I have to a Doom map next to the Mucus Flow, and it's the most serene experience I've ever had playing the game. With this map, Jaska captured my heart and my full attention. Grade A+, difficulty D+.
I said I wasn't gonna cry. I am not. It is a bit hard to see, but I'm not crying. I had joked at the beginning, like, haha funny, that you sounded tired at the beginning. And I had also noticed that you're getting emotional. Or sounded like you were evoking emotion for this WOD. And now I think I see why. There was a point I wanted to make regarding it, but I forgot because I didn't want to interrupt it. I wanted to let the whole level finish before I gave my thoughts, because it's the kind of thing that I think shouldn't have been interrupted. I wanted to let his entire point on the level get across. I can tell that this is a WoD that you feel very strongly about, so I can tell that I fucking lost the point I was gonna make. God damn it, man. I was trying to let you finish. Damn it. It's gone. Whatever. But yeah, man, I mean, lately I have been getting really, really, like, lost in Doom. Before I did the reaction videos, I haven't really felt that much of an urge to play Doom. And even when I started the reaction videos, I still didn't feel that much of an urge. But I got the idea one day. Just, fuck it. Just, I'll make a fucking video on this WoD. Whatever. Not this WoD, but, like, just a WoD. And I was like, whatever. Did it. Loved it. I have been playing Doom so much ever since. That was, like, a month ago. And, like, I feel stronger with Doom than I think I ever have. Not including the first time I played through it, right? So, I can also relate to this emotional connection with it. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way about TNT Evolution, honestly. When I finished that, I kind of just laid in my bed and just stared at the ceiling, just like, holy shit, the fuck did I just play? Like, it was so good. Alright. I need to push the space bar and get the review on, because we're only 3 maps in, or we're going to be here for the rest of our lives.
Map 4, River Valley. It doesn't inspire quite as much sentimentality as the Farmlands does for me, but River Valley is a monumental mapping achievement, a sprawling natural wonderland of epic proportions. After gearing up in an old lumber mill, you'll cut through a demon-infested swamp and scour a massive floodplain for 3 keycards, which open the way forward, and 3 skull keys, which open optional areas. I know what you're thinking.
I was right. I was right. The 2 keys are different.
Forward, and 3 skull keys, which open optional areas. I know what you're thinking. 700 enemies in map 4? You can't be serious. Truth be told, the term difficulty curve is a stranger to Jaska. He's nothing if not unconventional, but his comment from the Lost Civilization development thread might shed some light on his thinking. I think this is like a 32 map megawad. For example, map 19 is like 3 maps, Map 4 is like 2 to 4 maps. Map 20 is like 3 to 5 maps.
You know, I was actually thinking that earlier. I didn't say it because, I didn't want to interrupt the thought process in Map 3, but, it definitely seems like this is a WOD that is, like, meant to span the length of 32 maps without using all 32 maps. So, as far as the difficulty curve goes, you can kind of be flexible with it. Or in this case, I guess, like he just described, unconventional.
Lost Civ's behemoths can stand alone as their own adventures independent of the map ordering. For its part, River Valley is the closest thing to an open-world RPG I've come across in Doom. It blows the mind how well Jaska juggles macro-level environmental splendor with fine details like these cracks in the earth, the dam control room, and subtle secrets you can shimmy along the cliffside for. River Valley's secrets are elegant and organic, rewarding intrepid players with item caches, early weapons, and access to remote areas. I'm actually glad I've never found them all. It means I'll have to play the map again someday. The only thing River Valley doesn't excel at is combat. After a few exciting scrums at the start, it's pockmarked with the worst kind of monster window dressing. Not the end of the world, of course, but it's worth pointing out that this is far from your average arcade-style Doom experience. Once you use the yellow keycard to open this cave, look out, because Jaska throws it into high gear suddenly. Try to save rockets and cells in Phase 1 because you'll be met with a triptych of archviles and a swarm of other baddies when you emerge from the underground. The final castle fight can also spank you if you don't respect it, loosing Hell Knight.
Sorry.
Mankey.
I need to keep myself. I need to be lighthearted a couple times, or I'm gonna like get emotional again.
By specters, hit scanners, and the cyber demon you heard tromping around in the cave earlier. Apparently, there's a secret BFG hereabouts that'll help you with this, but I couldn't find it. The action may be uneven, but River Valley is completely absorbing anyway. Its views are spectacular, and there seems to be no end to the depths of its mystery. I have never seen a more beautiful portrayal of nature in the Doom engine, and no map scratches the itch for exploration quite like this one. It's an unqualified masterpiece. Grade A+, difficulty B+.
So, this is map 4, and we have yet to get a grade, I think, below A-. Graduation for Season 2 is coming up. I think this WOD's gonna win some kind of, like, special award there for, highest, like, GPA, I think.
Map 5, Mountain Village. A gleeful romp through a sunny seaside hamlet, Mountain Village is another instant winner stocked with exciting moments, stunning sights, and secrets to unearth.
Archvile turret right there.
The locals aren't too
Arachnotron, I mean.
pleased to see you, so it's best to quell the rebellion before ascending the mountain, paying special attention to the rooftop spider snipers. Thankfully, Jaska's rigged about 75 exploding barrels around town and on the hiking path to assist you. All 3 keys are required to open the gate out of town. The red key sits on the dock by a bar that got a real lousy Yelp review from me. The yellow key is at the top of the mountain, and the blue key is locked behind yellow bars in town. Stealing it unleashes a flash flood of townsfolk which can be rocketed out of existence provided you've saved explosives or plumbed the map's 9 secrets. I've said it before and I'll say it again. After getting a taste of Jaska's exploratory secrets, I almost can't go back to humping walls and shooting switches. The backdrop of Bjorn Lind's MIDI is a hell of a trip, vacillating between moody minor key guitar and goofy breaks and on-time signatures.
Oh yeah, that is a funky time signature.
Mountain Village is the perfect kickback map, appreciable as much for little details as the frame rate slang vista. Say goodbye to your canoe because we're finally going inland. Grade A, difficulty B.
Once again, not below an A-.
The Secret City. This modest cavern crawl gives Jaska a well-deserved break without sacrificing the player's enjoyment. The Secret City is a short but fruitful delve into an overrun subterranean habitat. The hit-scan heavy start can get messy if you give yourself away before finding a weapon, and the Mancubi, Revenants, and Arachnotrons won't give you much of a break thereafter. Given what we've seen so far, calling this a city seems like a stretch, but there's no shortage of Doom cute decorations to appreciate. I continue to love the rich diversity of vegetation in this WOD. It's such a bounty compared to Doom 2's Dead Tree 1 and Dead Tree 2. Once you've found 5 switches that look like this, you'll be able to cross the river and reach the exit. Grade B+.
Ah, there's the first one.
Map 7, Lost in the Forest.
This is a cave.
The further you go in Lost Civilization, the more its dark side shows. Lost in the Forest is the first map in the set that gives off an unwelcoming aura. The swampy, hit-scan-riddled glade at the beginning trickles into a tangled forest which will mislead you and stab you in the back at a moment's notice. Despite its evil intentions, this wood beguiles me utterly. The layered lighting, lush vegetation, and deftly overlapped paths through the canopy and forest floor exhibit the best of Jaska's outdoor environment design, and these encounters with wicked fawns, bloated fire trolls, and arachnid witch are as memorable as they are frightful. To deal with the latter, don't waste your shells. Instead, look closer at the nearby trees.
Ah.
Your work is far from finished when you reach the other side of the fell wood. Two of the toughest fights in the WoD so far await, down in this Archvile Patrol basin, and higher up by the manor where chain gunners, revenants, mancubi, and hell knights run amok. Admittedly, Jaska's combat lacks sophistication. Most of his big fights are just hordes of teleporting foes that rush you on flat ground, sometimes assisted by snipers, though I wouldn't call this a liability so much as an idiosyncrasy of his technique. Jaska never makes his big fights feel like cleanup duty, and the bigger the battlegrounds, the more interesting the scenarios become. Lost in the Forest is another score, delectably detailed and draped in atmosphere. Grade A, difficulty B+.
You know, I feel like I wouldn't be so lost in the forest if whenever I found my way out, there was just a giant exit sign on the floor, kind of like right here.
Delectably detailed and draped in atmosphere.
That would be so convenient. Also, I have to keep pausing the video, or else YouTube is gonna think I'm just.
Grade
it's a duplicate
A,
video, right?
Difficulty B+.
So I gotta. Oh wait, so yeah, I gotta make sure I don't get got by YouTube. Okay, so footnote, what's up?
Perhaps MIDI doesn't loop properly. If you want to fix it for yourself, I recommend consulting this helpful tutorial by Dragonfly. Map 8,
Ooh,
Castle.
okay.
As you finally emerge from the dread swamp.
Okay, hold on a minute. I wasn't expecting this. Alright. Well, hey, fair enough. You know what, Dragonfly? I get it. I honestly get it. Alright. I can relate to that. But alright. Let me hear where you're going with this.
Tutorial by Dragonfly. Map 8, Castle. As you finally emerge from the dread swamp, the merriest notes of medieval festivity will greet your ears. Cavort through the brush to spire, lift to a lookout.
You sound like a South Park character.
Which doth offer a sneak peek of what is yonder. Prepare thyself to crash ye old demonic banquet. The castle is heavily fortified, and surfeit of soldiery, but you've got leagues of running.
Soldiery, yes. I was about to say, I've heard better British accents, then I tried mine and realized, you know what, maybe his isn't so bad.
Room to dodge arachno bowman bolts, reverent bishop missiles, and cyber steward holy hand grenades. Once more.
Alright, you know what? You won me over. It's actually not half bad.
Only when you pilfer the red key from its high tower will your quest perforce become perilous. Beware yon arachnotron archers, and when thou seizest the key of yellow, don thy winged sandals and getteth your ass hence. Okay, I'm done. In a pinch.
Okay, that's very funny. I lost what I was gonna say because I was laughing at the fucking British accent. Oh, I remembered. Hey, if you're gonna do a British accent for if you ever play I don't know why you'd ever play Redneck Rampage for your channel. If you ever do, can you please do a redneck accent? I'm from Texas, and I need to hear this. It is like state law. Thank you.
You can hop along these battlements for a megasphere, and the castle is ripe with ammo alcoves and health and armor refills. Once again, Bjorn Lynn manages to grab my attention with an initially inviting MIDI that gradually takes a turn for the harrowing.
Ooh!
Nervy music aside, Castle is one of Lost Civilization's most jovial maps, with some of Jaska's most free-form combat, laid-back environs, and gluttonous secrets. Grade A, difficulty B. Map 9, Courtyard.
Wanna just back this up real quick?
Gluttonous
Love maps that do this, by the way. Check this out.
Grade A.
Exits right there,
B. Map 9.
and then the level starts, and it's like one seamless transition. Love that stuff.
Courtyard, a dreamy dusk after a day of revels. That's what Courtyard wishes it was. Probably the most ungainly map in the set so far, Courtyard kicks off with a tense SSG fest against a bunch of hell nobles that can be mitigated with this secret soul sphere. You're locked in the dead ungulate's quarters until you discover this punchable skull switch on the bookshelf, which opens another chamber and then a window for you to escape through.
Oh my god!
Jaska's architecture is picturesque.
Holy shit!
Are clunkier than usual. The double archvile fight to the east can wreck you if they clump up with a hoi polloi and run you out of rockets.
I don't know what that word means. I'm convinced you just made that up. I'm convinced that's not even a real word.
Them last. The rest of the map is basically ducking plasma bolts and revenant rockets, picking off hit scanners, and blowing up crowds of imps. Owing to Jaska's thoroughly vertical design, it's easy for enemies to escape your notice above or below, which is a pain in the groin for 100%ers. Gather all 3 keys and hit both of these red switches to open the way forward, have a few drinks, and crash for the night. Grade B, difficulty B.
Oh god, another one of these. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I'm gonna forget all this by the time I play this anyway. If this came out in 2019 and he mentioned the he mentioned something about the CAC awards, right? By the time I'm playing through the CAC awards right now, by the time I get to 2019, I'm gonna have forgotten this WoW exists. So I'm gonna forget this.
Map 10, Nightmare.
What the
Nightmare
fuck? Okay, I lied. I completely fucking bluffed. Wow, I'm not gonna forget this. Okay, but let me see what's up. What words does it say?
Map 10, Night.
Sorry. I'm gonna keep interrupting you. Sorry. Go. Is it just saying go? Ego. Oh, it's saying ego.
Nightmare is the sharpest left-hand turn I've ever seen a Megawad take, unraveling the fabric of your reality and unveiling an entirely new side of Jaska's mapping
it's saying
persona
ego.
in one fell swoop. The first 5 minutes of this map are a gonzo gauntlet of boom shenanigans, hallway hallucinations, fidgety decorations, and cyber demons in pursuit. Remember, if Doom Guy dies in the dream, he dies in real life. Shoot the Satyr switches to progress, wait out this claustrophobic Baron trap, and you'll finally get your hands on a shotgun. Unfortunately, the ability to defend yourself sucks the drama right out of this map. Shoot your way through the demonic defenders and visit all 4 shrines.
Yeah, I was about to say. This is it's like the sort of map that I feel like I'd get like pissed off at, but it's the kind of map I'm supposed to get pissed off at, right? You're not meant. This isn't meant to be a combat map, but I guess it is.
The switch that opens the exit door, where more abstractions salute you on your way out.
Oh my god!
The original release of Lost Civilization, Map 19, Division, was up next, so take that into account during the violent transition between Map 18 and Map 19. Also, this is the first Jimmy Paddock MIDI in the set.
Ooh.
We'll be hearing more from him than Bjorn Lynn from here on out. Nightmare is ambitious, eerie, cinematic, and fleetingly brilliant, but runs out of ideas fairly early and doesn't have as much replay value as the average map.
I love this set piece right here. It's so cool.
Set. Grade A-, difficulty B-. Map 11, Nightfall. A pitch-perfect transition to the Megawad's second half and a much-needed recalibration after your fitful slumber. Nightfall is a brisk key hunt under a beautiful full-moon sky. You can gather a set of cards or skulls by the looks of it, but there's no avoiding teleporting foes no matter which route you take. As usual, keep your eyes peeled for secrets you can parkour to and for Jaska's signature tucked-away fire pits. The use of light here is superb, adding genuine trepidation to your traipses through the corn, and later, Jaska actually makes the day break in Doom through a series of subtle sky transitions.
What?
It's inspired stuff. The effect looks a bit silly if you backtrack though, so don't do that. As the sun rises on your second day in Lost Civilization, you can say goodbye to Day 1's Flights of Fancy. Part 2 is much grimmer and grittier. Grade A-,
I'm
C++.
completely floored that you could do that with Boom stuff. I know nothing about WoD development, so it's all basically news to me, but like I had no idea that you could, like, subtly change the sky like that. Wow.
Map 12, Suburb. The somber gym.
Yo, Doom 2 maps. Oh, God. These gentlemen are fucked. Oh, they're not getting out of that.
Grade A-, difficulty C+.
Doom 2 map 16?
Suburb. The somber gym MIDI, overcast sky, and time.
Oh, I don't know why that's so funny to me, man. Like, that's your first sight in the level. That's so fucking funny. That is so hilarious.
And explosions at the start might herald a tonal change for Lost Civ, but the game plan hasn't changed. Watch out for sniping spiders, mancubi, and hit scanners. Explore every cranny for hidden goodies and stay on the move. This set of computer terminals in the suburb's periphery is a critical source of loot, raising an elevator to an optional archvile fight, mega armor, and soul sphere. The other elevator in the terminal room leads to the Red Skull Key, a BFG, and a swell view. Despite bearing the weightiest monster count since River Valley, Suburb is brisk if you don't get lost. A player with a plan can knock it out in less than 20 minutes, but I don't see the point in blazing past this lovable grocery store. Really, how often do you get to see hamburgers and donuts in Doom?
Bro! Hell yeah! Yo, let me get my fucking burger plain and dry, like a heathen. And 19 dozen donuts, I'll be great. I'll be great.
Entering one of the apartments and going down its chimney leads to the Yellow Skull Key, which opens the hotel, now under hot-tempered demonic management. The yellow and blue key cards can be found in here, and I hope you saved some rockets or beef.
Yo, those tenements must be a real hellhole. I'm sorry.
BFGs for the final ambush. A gaggle of teleporting thugs supported by 2 archviles will try to stop you from
Ooh,
getting
that was a
last
bold
call.
play right there.
You'll need to detonate this structure build engine style. Smash the last mastermind and her progeny and you're done. Suburb is a strong map, an exemplar of Jaska's non-linear design philosophy that sacrifices neither excitement nor aesthetics. Grade A, difficulty B+. Map 13, City Center. Ugh,
Okay.
what a joyride. City Center is a sugar rush of doom-cute decorations and rip-roaring action. I'd go so far as to call it Lost Civilization's high point in terms of combat, but before we get there, feast your eyes on all this stuff. In the first 5 minutes, you get a fully furnished and accessorized apartment building and a police barracks with the best
I love that
shooting range
heretic
in
texture
Season
that's in the
2
shower.
ransack. Shoot these obvious switches to unlock the armory, which is full of supplies you'll be very happy to have in a minute or two.
I wonder what this narrative's supposed to be telling. I wonder how we went from like a wilderness and a forest to like massive city. I really wonder. Well, I guess it's a lost civilization and we just found it, so I guess that's the point.
City Center's built around this massive fight, a nuanced and breathless battleground, and the fun rubs off on its adjoining set pieces. Handling noise complaints in this demonic block party is a vigilante thrill, and as much of an insurance nightmare as it's going to be for this resort, shortening all these demonic vacations sure feels sweet. Heading back to
I'm turn a fan on. I'm getting really overheated.
the plot.
If you can hear it, I'm sorry.
Plaza with the red and blue key triggers a last-ditch
Wait,
ambush.
what?
Vacations sure feels sweet. Heading back to the plaza with the red and blue key triggers a last-ditch ambush in the campus and summons a
Nice
mastermind,
transition.
which is no threat if you get some distance. There's a yellow
This
key
WAD, I'm noticing, really likes to use spider masterminds.
that I never found until this week when I was recording. It's a non-secret encounter with a very rare NPC who doesn't seem interested in being friends, sadly. City Center is another of my
Oh,
favorite
what?
Lost Civil
No.
maps to replay. It's a cornucopia of popcorn fights and little vignettes that remind me why I keep coming back to this game. Grade A, difficulty B. Map 14, Downtown. Surprisingly stress-free for a sandbox full of snipers and boss monsters, Downtown strolls through the industrial outskirts of the Lost Civilization. As usual, Jaska's detail
The song feels like a remix of the healer stocks from Doom 2.
brings down the house. White picket fences, street signs, and lonely abandoned swing sets decorate this gray evacuation zone. Downtown makes noticeable use of silent boom teleporters to stitch together its worlds of machinery and domesticity, a tactic Jaska will lean on more as we approach this megawatt's finish line. Find a gap in the fence to break into the plant, which is deafening with all those active crushers.
Oh god, yeah.
With so much room to run around,
I hate the
the
crusher
neighborhood
sounds
watch
sometimes.
is kind of an afterthought here. Pick your way through as many condos and tucked away corners as you can, keep an eye on the trail of projectiles gathering behind you, and eventually you should acquire a BFG and enough cells to make the big nuisances go away. It's basically City Center with less pizzazz and on a smaller scale. Grade A-, difficulty B. Map 15, Mansion. A bit of a clunker by Jaska's high standards, Mansion has the player break into a seaside estate as night falls on the foreign land once again. Any one of the 3 red keycards scattered around will gain you access to the manor and a BFG in the basement. After that, your job is to climb to the roof for the blue key, which unlocks the yellow key downstairs. With its action divided between outdoors and indoors, which itself is
Oh, that was almost a really cool dodge on that Mancubus.
divided by floors that monsters can't follow you between, Mansion emphasizes spectacle and Jaska's design wizardry. The monsters outside will kill each other out of sheer impatience, and the rest come single file and
Mood.
group themselves together for your convenience. After 4 maps of sprinting around with almost no restrictions, Mansion's rigid interiors, particularly the wine cellar, feels stifling. It's a pity so many monsters and secrets are hidden down here. The mansion itself is plenty handsome, but being stuck in the latter half of the Doom-cute heavyweight champion of the world does diminish the novelty somewhat. Once again, Jaska drops jaws with his technical prowess, piecing a nearly seamless room-over-room experience together with boom portals and duct tape. Mansion doesn't quite score in the fun department. Grade B, difficulty B-. No secret maps here, so we're on to map 16, Fort. Well, Fort starts great. The stormy sky sets the tone and
Oh, the sky looks so cool! I'm sorry. I have to gush about the sky. I love skies like I love clouds. I hate the sun. The sun can go fuck itself. Just give me a big, cloudy, overcast, bright white sky all day long, and I will love it. I'll be so happy.
Berserk, or the ammo to deal with this pack of pinkies forces you to take
If it wants to rain, great. If it doesn't, great. I don't care. Fuck the sun.
shelter.
The sun gives me headaches.
sets the tone, and lacking Berserk or the ammo to deal with this pack of pinkies forces you to take shelter, but after that, Fort stutters to a halt. It's restrictive, bland, and hyper-linear, a real oddity from a mapper who goes out of his way to let you go out of your way. The missable enemies, uninspired secrets, and excessive monster window dressing proportional to the low kill count make this map drag. It looks a lot worse than this Megawad's esteemed company, but Fort is filler no matter how you slice it. Grade C, difficulty
Damn.
C. Map 17.
It's still passed, though.
Prison. Another map I'm not wild about. Prison forsakes non-linearity once again, though it's got a bit more to do than Fort, and I can think of far uglier maps to plod through. The opening fight and the shootout on the main cell block are fairly exciting, and the natural scenery is welcome whenever Jaska decides to let it show. I do pine for the first episode's paradises down in this dungeon. Note that all of the prison bars can be opened. Some of the cells contain goodies, and this one lets you trip through the ductwork for some bonus rockets and a medikit. The impression I get from maps 15 to 17 is that Jaska needed to fill slots to reach a full 20 maps, and this was the result. In Lost Civilization's development thread, he has just 3 lines of retrospective commentary on these 3 levels.
Let me see. Just built this, I got new ideas, has quite nice non-linear feel, multiple red keys. Built a facade, and it set the mood for the rest of the map. Simple short map, first time I did fake 3D tricks, blah blah blah. Got idea from some map from Doom World thread, quite basic Doom map. I see.
Also, you may not agree with me, but I think this MIDI is completely wrong for this map. Kind of vapid and zippy. Beat this map and you're on your way out of this Megawan.
Well, I think it's the only MIDI track so far as well to use like something sembling an electric guitar. I have not been listening though all that much. I just know mostly it's been calmer, and I feel like electric guitar kind of changes the tone of the WAD a little bit.
Grade B, difficulty B-.
It's not bad. It just hits the ear wrong.
Map 18, Laboratory. 2 words.
Hold it!
Laboratory. Jesus Christ! You scared the shit out of me with that. God. Dude, I was about to jump out of my fucking chair. I thought I was about to get fucking marauded. Jesus. Well, that's really funny.
Difficulty.
That's the reason I can't play Wolfenstein 3D, because I get jump scared by everything.
B-. Map 18, Laboratory. 2 words.
Hold it!
Laboratory brings Lost Civilization's run of nature-dominated maps to a screeching halt. It's a stainless steel science base overrun with hazardous chemicals, botched experiments, and a retooled Wolfenstein SS, which outnumber the regular monsters 2 to 1.
Interesting.
It's jarring to hear non-undead human voices speaking English in Doom for once, and their sentience makes me wonder how these fellas fit into the story of this Megawad. Are they a remnant of the fallen society that proved immune to the...
Oh, wait, let me see this here. Well, there's the map names right there. Whoops. A civilization was collapsed as people got into a religion of ignorant, egoistic idiotism. Okay, that took me a couple tries to read. Genetically modified cattle and food turned the people and animals to aggressive zombies, but there were few survivors. How weren't they affected?
The zombifying effects of genetic meddling? Are they devotees of ignorant, egoistic idiotism? Assuming they are, better to kill them all now.
How many tries did it take you to read that? Because that took me like 3.
And let their ignorant, idiot, egomaniac gods sort them out later. Laboratory is full of gadgets, secret nooks, and fun stuff to look at. You can beam yourself some equipment at the start and a yellow keycard later on, crack open one of these Valiant pods to free an ungrateful Kako, and play with conveyor belts to get some extra items and ferret out the last few enemies. I feel obligated to point out, you'll take damage if you stand under this jetting stream. Details like that are what make Jaska a living legend in the Doom scene.
Yeah.
Bjorn Lynn's tense, bare-bones MIDI and Jaska's crafty ambushes really tie this map together. I didn't appreciate it at first, but I've learned to roll with Laboratory's big tonal shift. Speaking of
really
big
ties the
tonal
WAD
shifts,
together.
if you heeded my spoiler warning back in map 9, you're going to want to heed this one too. All I can say is, hold on to your butts. Grade B+, difficulty B-. Map 19, Division.
Oh, yeah.
Narrowly beating out Nightmare for the zaniest map in the set, Division earns its name as much for its harsh contrast of themes as the mixed response it will likely elicit from players. A shining example of Jaska's gift for self-reinvention, Division is unlike anything you've seen in this Megawad so far. It's much more difficult, abstract, and unhinged than Lost Civilization's standard fare, painting with violent colors and dumping large quantities of high-tier foes on you all at once.
Love
As
the brass
usual,
in this
Jaska
song.
leaves enough care packages laying around for you to stay healthy, but Division is designed to be overwhelming. The Arachnotron snipage and general clutter of long-range projectiles in the Pyramid Zone is a chore to endure while you're pressing switches and doing...
Well, hey! It's green! That's a good sign.
Doing gymnastics 50 feet off the ground.
Good for me.
If you're not consciously laying off the trigger, you probably won't have the ammo to collect every kill in this map. Only rarely will you feel you've got the enemy outgunned. Mercifully, most of the cybers and vials at the start will get crushed, but remember, once you warp to the Acropolis zone through this gray portal, you can't return. Scoot past the cyber demons, cross the bridge to the Parthenon, and with the help of an invuln, some blur spheres, and a lot of infighting, defeat 3 spider demons and press the buttons they guard to lower the yellow key. Vanquish a pair of archviles and their buddies to free the red key, and when you emerge, you'll find the cyber sentinels out front have been crushed. I go back and forth on this map. On one hand, the visuals are remarkable, especially for being so unusual even within this megawad, but on the other, it's an absolute bear to finish. Infighting is compulsory, which makes fights grindy, unwieldy, and boring. The platforming jungle gym in the pyramid zone becomes less fun with every traversal, and the entire Greek section feels like a novice attempted slaughter. It's also flat out long and nowhere near as captivating as something like River Valley. I admire Jaska's artistry, but if there's one map in this set that I don't look forward to replaying, it's Division. Grade B, difficulty X-.
X-, huh? Okay. Well, it seems like... So here's the thing, right? This seems like the kind of map that, like, if you're going to play Doom, you're going to play that map and then stop, right? Because this seems like it's meant to be, like, a commitment. As opposed to something like Plutonia, where you could play for, like... You could finish Plutonia in an afternoon, right? Like, more or less. But this seems like it's meant to be, like... in this case, in the top left, right, they're almost 40 minutes. The difference is that 40 minutes of Plutonia and 40 minutes of this leaves you way more drained. But, yeah. X-, holy shit.
Map 20, ending. Holy cow.
Do you think this is the ending?
Well, ending is a whopper, that's for sure. A magnum opus.
Alright, well, fuck, man. Now I want Burger King, you ass. Fuck.
Among magnum opuses. If you're expecting a mini walkthrough for it, you've got another thing coming. I've played this map 3 very different ways, and I've just started getting familiar with it. Ending's body count is over 1,000, and there are 15 secrets to find, 6 keys to acquire.
Alright, well, let's back up for 1 second. I saw something.
And there are 15 secrets to find.
So, let's see. What do we got here? Whoops. Alright, so let's see. I see donuts. I see grapes. I see what appears to be a sub sandwich. Burgers. Liquor, which I imagine Payne is chugging right now after playing this. Nice looking menu. Some coffee cups. Big old fridge in the back. Looks better than my fridge. Jesus. Alright, what were you saying? I got distracted, sorry.
Familiar with it. Ending's body count is over 1,000, and there are 15 secrets to find, 6 keys to acquire, 370 barrels to blow up, and about 10,000 details, ideas, shortcuts, in-jokes, and cute things to appreciate along the way.
That's a big fucking turkey, dude! Oh my god!
Jaska pulls out all the stops. Ending is not only huge, but also meticulously dragged for bugs, incongruities, and anything resembling symmetry. I get lost in this map constantly, but I take full blame for that. If there's a way to make a more navigable science base that retains the ambition and realism of this one, Jaska is probably the one who will discover it. Ending contains more scripted encounters than the average Lost Civilization map, and relies a bit less on teleport ambushes than usual, which makes the combat more varied and interesting. I'll never forget the fight in the underground section where you can use a portal and a crusher cage to make mincemeat of a Kako Cloud, Archvile, and 3 cyber demons. It's the kind of set piece I hope Jaska can build on in his next project. At very least...
Whoa! That was close. You almost got rocketed there.
On Ending's ending, which is somewhat frustrating. With 6 keys, you can deactivate the exit-blocking force field, but doing so also warps arachnotrons to the remotest corners of the map, while a mastermind bumbles around in the middle. Ending is already the stuff of monster window dressing legend, but tracking down all these spiders while dodging their hilariously long streams of plasma borders on provocation. And then there's the final fight. There is no BFG in this map, which is a mite inconvenient when dealing with half a dozen cyber demons, a bushel of archviles, and their 400 friends. Frankly, this doesn't feel like Lost Civilization at all. It's like a weak rehash of Valiant's Final Countdown.
I was just thinking, that arena itself seemed like Final Countdown.
Isn't Jaska's style to begin with. I belatedly realized I could have cheaped out most of the fighting by hiding up in the bleachers with the dead revenants. It's not a ringing endorsement that I'm strongly considering doing exactly that next time. Lost Civilization's main antagonist is a clipboard-carrying scientist who apparently also likes Doom. Introduce him to his maker, and the megawatt is over. Painful conclusion aside, Ending is sterling stuff, one of Doom modding's great supergiants that will...
That is a great lighting effect, by the way. Did I push another button? No, I didn't.
Gross and inspire players as long as the fan base survives.
So prediction real quick. Fan, stop it. Prediction. I think this map is going to get a B. And I think this map's going to get... I'm going to say it's going to get an X-.
Bravo. Grade A.
I was way the fuck off.
Difficulty A+.
Jesus. An hour and 40 minutes. Now, that's the kind of map you just play and stop. I take it back. Take back what I said about map 19. It's this map right here.
Map 21, thanks, is Lost Civilization's credits map.
You're welcome.
So, Lost Civilization found me at the perfect time in my life. I was neither sick of Doom nor enamored with it, but I did think I'd seen basically all there was to see in terms of how the game could be played. Lost Civilization showed me something new, a Doom that I could drink in, a Doom that could transport...
Drink in? While you're standing in front of a bunch of drinks? Was that intentional? I bet that was intentional.
Me in filming with tranquility, without descending to histrionics, exaggeration, or long trains of adjectives. I want to thank you, Jaco and Pola, for giving all of us this experience. I'm so grateful to be able to share in your creativity. You're amazing. Lost Civilization is officially tied for my favorite WOD of all time.
Tied with Valiant, huh? Okay. All right, I can see it.
Yang to Valiant's explosive yin, and I'm giving it a final grade of A+. Difficulty-wise, Lost Civilization is milder than most of what we covered this year, but it does have some vicious spikes, especially in its last two maps. Let's give it a B- and call it a season. Now for my Dean's List. Valedictorian, Map 4, River Valley.
River Valley, really? River Valley and not Farmlands. All right.
Salutatorian, Map 3, The Farmlands.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I forgot about River Valley by now. All I remember is the Farmlands.
Last President, Map 19, Division, and the dunce cap goes to Map 16, Fort. Of course, Lost Civilization also qualifies for an honor...
Did you put the dunce on the fort?
Goes to Map 16, Fort.
You did.
Of course, Lost Civilization also qualifies for an honor roll, so here it is. Map 1, Mountain Pass. Map 2, Oceanside. Map 5, Mountain Village. Map 7, Lost in the Forest. Map 8, Castle. Map 10, Nightmare. Map 11, Nightfall. Map 12, Suburb. Map 13, City Center. Map 14, Downtown. And Map 20, Ending. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to share your thoughts on the WOD down below. I'd love to hear what you think. I'll heart your comments to let you know I've read them.
My only complaint with Ending is that it's called Ending. I feel like there should have been a more dramatic name for it. But that's just me. Ending is still a fine name.
As always, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge my generous patrons who have supported me all throughout Season 2.
Alright, let me see. Is there anything after? I don't think so, because it's only 2 minutes, but... That there's fun.
Thank you all so much for your support this season. It means the world to me, honestly. I appreciate each and every one of you very much. This is Mount Pain 27, and I'll see you all on graduation day.
Hell yeah, brother. I had a million things I wanted to say after the video was done, and I just completely lost them all because I'm so enamored by this WOD. Wow. That was fantastic. That was a really, really, really solid WOD to watch. I can't talk on the quality because obviously I haven't played it, but wow. Holy shit, man. Well, I'm excited. That really hurt. Ow. I'm really excited to see what Graduation has in store. I watched the old Graduation video from Season 1 a few times, and it's done so well. My only complaint is that it's just so short. There's not really a whole lot to say in a video like that. There's not so much that you can do to really stretch it out. But, like, it's just, like, it would get to, like, the graduation bit at the end and then be like, man, we're only 10 minutes. It's only 11 minutes? Come on. So I'm really excited for what Graduation has in store. Whenever it is. Whenever that decides to drop. So with that, that's Lost Civilization from the Dean of Doom. I'm waiting for Graduation. Peace, boys.